Today, we're breaking down the child tax credit. Think of this as your personal roadmap to claiming money that might already have your family's name on it. This isn't just about taxes. It's about a huge financial opportunity. So, let's jump right in.
You heard that right. Billions, with a B. Every single year, that money just gets left behind, mostly because the whole process feels like this impossible maze of confusing rules and forms. Well, today, we're going to change that.
You know, for millions of families, that question on the screen isn't just some fantasy. It's real. The child tax credit is basically a direct payment from the government to help with the cost of raising kids. You just have to know how to claim it.
And this part is absolutely key. We are not talking about a small discount on what you owe in taxes. For so many people, this credit turns into a massive refund check. We're talking about real cash in your pocket that could cover rent or groceries for months.
So to make this as simple as possible, we've laid out a roadmap. We're going to go through this step by step, pillar by pillar, and take you from feeling totally confused by the tax system to feeling confident about getting the cash your family deserves. And hey, before we get into the details, if you're trying to figure out the US financial system, you're in exactly the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That's what this channel is all about, bringing financial peace to your life by making these complicated topics super simple. Join us.
Okay, let's dive into our first and most important pillar, the qualifying child. Seriously, this is the foundation for everything else. If you don't clear this hurdle, you can't go any further.
So here's the deal. You have to meet all 4 of these tests for every child you claim, no exceptions. They have to be under 17 when the year ends, they have to be related to you in one of these ways, live with you for more than 6 months, and, this is a big one, they must have a valid Social Security number issued before the tax deadline. It's a checklist, and you got to tick every single box.
All right, so you've got a qualifying child. Awesome. Let's move on to Pillar 2, your income. The good news here is that this credit was really designed for working families, so the income limits are actually pretty generous.
It's pretty straightforward. If you're a single parent or filing as head of household, the cutoff for the full credit is $200,000. If you're married and you file your taxes together, that number doubles to a whopping $400,000. The vast majority of families are going to fall comfortably in these ranges.
So what happens if you make a little more? Does that mean you get nothing? Nope. It's not an on-off switch. It's more like a dimmer. For every extra $1,000 you earn over that limit, the credit just dims a little bit by $50, so you can still get a really nice partial credit.
And this brings us to what is honestly the most powerful part of this whole thing. It's refundable. What in the world does that mean? Well, imagine you get to the end of the year and your tax bill is zero. You owe nothing. With most credits, you'd get nothing. But because this one's refundable, the government will still send you a check. It is a true cash refund.
Okay, let's just pause for a second. I know we've been throwing a lot of numbers and rules at you. Let me just check in. Is this starting to make more sense? We've talked about who qualifies and how much you can make.
If it is, and you're getting some value out of this, do me a quick favor and just tap that like button. It tells the algorithm that this is helpful, and it'll show it to other families who could really use this money.
And hey, let's get a little interaction going. If you've already started on your taxes for this year, just type the word taxes down in the comments. It's always cool to see who's already on top of their game.
All right, back to our roadmap. We are on to Pillar 3, your filing strategy. And this is a big one, because how you file can literally make a difference of thousands of dollars in your refund. Okay, so for married couples, filing jointly is almost always the way to go for the biggest credit. For single parents, filing as head of household is a fantastic option. But here's the big flashing red light: married filing separately. In most cases, choosing this option completely disqualifies you from the credit. It's one of the top mistakes to cost families thousands.
And that brings us to our final pillar, getting your documents ready. Think of this like getting all your ingredients prepped before you start cooking. It makes the whole thing so much smoother and way less stressful.
So here's your simple checklist. You're going to need your main tax return, which is Form 1040. You'll also need Schedule 8812. That's the specific form for the child tax credit. And it is always a smart move to have some proof of residency handy, like school or medical records, just in case. So there you have it. You've followed the roadmap, you've gathered your papers, and you're ready to file. But you know, claiming the money is just the beginning. The really exciting part is what you do next, putting that money to work for your family's future.
This quote on the screen, it absolutely nails it. This is about so much more than just this month's bills. This credit can be a real stepping stone, a chance to start a savings account,
invest in your kids' education, and really start building a solid financial foundation here.
So here is your simple action plan. First, I've put a link to the official IRS eligibility tool right in the description below. Use it. Confirm you qualify. Second, use the checklist from this explainer and get your documents together. And third, once you know how to get that refund, check out our next explainer on high-yield savings accounts so you can make that money grow.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. This isn't just a tax refund. It's an opportunity. It's an investment in your family. So how are you going to put it to work? Thanks for watching.